So what are the steps of a typical freelance client project in surface design or textile design? This I'm going to share in this video. Hi everyone, it's Oksana. I've been working as a surface pattern designer, a textile designer, creating repeat patterns in vector for more than 8 years now. I've done more than 58 client projects at this moment, and it's been a great time. I really enjoyed my work, and I've met some great clients through my work who've done amazing things with my patterns. So I'm here to share how do you work with a surface pattern designer, how the project looks like. I have to say that all these steps are based on my own experience, and I know that many different freelancers work a little bit differently, but you know, there is no one set rule, and I've done my research and this is what's been working for me. So I hope this information is going to be helpful to you too. So let's get to it. Step number 1, initial email. I often get contacted by my customers who find my patterns online via Google search or via my work on various websites, and then they contact me and say that they have this idea, they have this product or a business, and they need custom repeat patterns for their products. So this is how we start emailing back and forth. We discuss the products they have and their vision for their company and their brand, and normally I get a rough idea of what they are looking for. Sometimes the initial emails are enough to get the idea of what the client is looking for, but oftentimes I also use a project questionnaire to figure out exact technical information on the project needed. Step number 2 is an optional step, a SKYPE consultation. I offer a short SKYPE consultation for my customers. It's a free consultation, and during this time we can get to know each other, figure out what the idea is behind the client's product, and kind of discuss and see where we can take this project going forward. And it's been very helpful. I really enjoyed meeting people this way too, so it's always very exciting to hear people's stories behind their brand, behind their ideas. I really enjoy that too. It is a nice step, but sometimes it's not needed if it's a smaller project or if a client is on a very tight schedule. Number 3, contract. I put together a contract based on everything we discussed, with all the information in there, with the legal information too, for my customers to look over and sign. Sometimes there are questions which we discuss, sometimes there are no questions, so the contract is being signed by customer and me. So this is the very important step that should not be overlooked. Step number 4 is a deposit payment. I take 50% deposit, some people take 30% deposit or 20% deposit, but deposit is very important to protect the artist in any freelance project, and this deposit is due upon the signing of the contract. For the deposit I take PayPal or other types of payment. Number 5, sketch time! This is getting very exciting at this point. I create sketches for my customer to consider, and normally the sketches are either on paper or directly in Adobe Illustrator. I really depends on the project or how I feel I can present information better. Sometimes even the sketches look almost like finished products. It really depends on a project, but most of the time I show the initial ideas that I have, initial elements and sketches to my customers so that we can discuss before creating a final pattern. So during this step, we talk with the client. I show the sketches or the concepts, and I get feedback, and I do some improvements or changes that are needed, or present a few color versions. and so this is the time when we really collaborate on the project with my customer, and it's a very exciting time, so we can kind of see the process being unfolded in front of your eyes. I really enjoy this stage. Step number 6. Step number 6 is the final artwork time, when I present a final version of the file to my customer. There might be one more revision, but most of the time, if everything's going well, the customer approves the final version, and I create a final version of the files, oftentimes in vector formats like EPS AI, and also PDF formats, and sometimes JPEG formats, depending what the client needs. And I make a package with the files to send to my customer. Step number 7. I create a final invoice for my customer to make a final payment, whatever is due. It's normally 50% that is due on this project. Number 8. Delivery of the final files. After the payment comes through, I package up all the files and send it to my customer with some instructions sometimes, but oftentimes everything's been already discussed in the project, so the files are ready to be sent to the manufacturer or be processed by my customer as a manufacturer, and it's always very exciting. Okay, step number 9. It's the samples time and the bragging time. So I customarily receive a sample of the product that my client creates with my design, and then I can take pictures with it, post it on social media, and tell everybody and show our project together. This step is actually oftentimes a few months later, or sometimes even it takes up to a year to produce a product, but this is nevertheless super exciting step that I always very enjoy getting the packages from my customers in the mail, to receive the samples and talk about them and kind of hug them and kiss them and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, really enjoy receiving the samples from my customers in the mail. And you can check out some of the client unboxing videos that I just recently created, showing my projects in action. This is it. This is basically a basic structure of a freelance project based on my own experience as a surface pattern designer. And please let me know your thoughts about it. Do you have any questions about it? If you have questions, please put them down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if you are looking for a surface pattern designer, please take a look at my portfolio, and please contact me at mail@oksancia.com, and we can talk about your project, and maybe we can come up with something fun and exciting and perfect just for your brand. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed talking to you today, and have a great time designing your products, working on repeat patterns for your designs, and I will see you in my next video. And step number okay, step number 9.